Okay, children. Today, let us discuss the comprehension passages. The question number 6 and 7, Roman number 6 and 7 from your question paper. Let us discuss it. Before getting into the comprehension passage, you have to know how to answer WH questions. What are WH questions? You all know it pretty well. What are WH questions? Who, what, where, when, why, whom, which, and how questions. How many, how long, how far. Such type of questions also you have to answer. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Ra.
Ma'am.
నేను మామూలుగా నేను స్టార్ట్ చేసుకున్నాను రా, నేను ఇక్కడ రికార్డ్ చేద్దామని.
అవునా మేడం, అదే లింక్ పంపించింటే ఓపెన్ చేశాను మ్యామ్.
మళ్ళా తీసేస్తాం కదా
మ్యామ్,
మళ్ళా తీసేస్తాం లింక్.
అవునా మేడం, సరే మ్యామ్.
సరేనా, మీరు స్కిప్ అయిపోండి.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
ఇది రికార్డ్ చేసి మీకు పంపిస్తాను.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
లెఫ్ట్ అయిపోండి రా.
ఓకే ఓకే మ్యామ్. నేను ఒక్కనే మేడం వచ్చింది, ఎవరు రాలేదు మేడం.
ఓకే నాన్న,
నేను ఒక్కనే మేడం వచ్చింది.
ఓకే. Okay, let us discuss the comprehension passages. See here, these two passages are at the end of the first lesson. What is your first lesson? A letter to his son's teacher. Look into the passages. Listen to me attentively while I am reading it aloud to you, and answer the questions that follow. I am going to give you the answers orally, but you have to put your concentration. You have to concentrate on it, and you are supposed to know and learn it. Okay, see? No interruptions, please. Okay, let us get into the topic. Bapuji is in prison. Bapuji is in prison, but the magic of his message has stolen the hearts of India. India's millions. Men, women, and even children, little children, come out of their little shells. Bapuji is in prison, but listen to me once again attentively. Bapuji in prison, but the magic of his message has stolen the hearts of India's millions. Men, women, and even little children come out of their little shells and become India's soldiers of freedom. You and I are fortunate to see this happening before our eyes and to take some part ourselves in this great drama. What part shall we play in it? If we are to be India's soldiers, we have to respect India's honor, and that honor is a sacred trust. It is no easy matter to decide what is right and what is not. One little test I shall ask you to apply. Whenever you are in doubt, never do anything in secret or anything that you wish to hide. For the desire to hide anything means that you are afraid, and fear is a bad thing and unworthy of yours. Be brave, and all the rest follows. Who has stolen the hearts of India's millions? Who has stolen the hearts of India's millions? The magic of Bapuji's message. The magic of Bapuji's message. Who have become India's soldiers of freedom? Men, women, and even little children. Identify the word in the passage that means lucky. What is India's sacred trust? Why should one not do things in secret?
Try to hide anything means that you are afraid, and fear is a bad thing and unworthy of yours.
Okay, let us look into the second passage. The capitalist system of society does not foster healthy relations among human beings. Human beings. A few people own all the means of production, and others, though nominally few, have to sell their labor under conditions imposed upon them. The emphasis of capitalism being on the supreme importance of material wealth, the intensity of its appeal is to acquisitive intensity. It promotes worship of economic power with little regard to the means of employed. For its acquisition and the end that it serves. By its exploitation of human beings to the limits of endurance, its concentration is on the largest profit rather than maximum production. Thus, the division of human dignity, thus the division of human family is done on the basis of economic circumstances. All this is injurious to division of human dignity. And when the harrowed poor turn to the founders of religion for succor, they rather offer a settled defense for the established order. The promise future happiness for their present suffering and conjure up visions of paradise to redress the balance, to soothe the suffering and the revolt of the tortured men. The system imposes injustice, the religion justifies it. See the questions. Does the capitalist system maintain healthy relations? What promotes worship of economic power? On what basis is the division of human family done? What is the antonym for impose? What justifies the injustice imposed by the system? Okay, children, let us turn into the third process. See this one. See the third process. See, this is given at the end of your second lesson. She conquered Everest. See the process. When he was born, everyone advised his parents to get rid of the kid as he was blind, but his parents, who were not affluent by any count, chose to take care of him. The two, to the best of their abilities, and gave him education. Forbes has named him in the list of super achievers from Asia under the age of 30, but visually challenged Srikanth Bolla is in no mood to celebrate. His goal is to get into the Forbes list of richest persons, and he won't settle for anything less. Such is the determination of this 25-year-old who was born blind and overcame all adversities to become the first international blind student at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and now heads a rupees 30 crore, 4.6 million company, visiting manufacturing plants and in different locations in Telangana and Karnataka, attending business meetings and in between troubleshooting over the phone. The CEO of Bollant Industries is a busy man. Born in a family of farmers in Machilipatnam in Andhra Pradesh, life has been one long struggle for him. After passing his class 10th exam, he chose the science stream for the +2 stage, but was not permitted to write the joint entrance exam for IIT aspirants as he was blind. I said, when IIT doesn't want me, I don't want IIT either. Let me find the best opportunity in the world better than IIT. MIT being the top school in the world, I always wanted to go there and I went there, said Srikanth, who has a BSc in management from MIT. What did people advise the parents of Srikanth when he was born? See, what did people advise the parents of Srikanth when he was born?
They advised Susan to get rid of it as he was dying.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ రా మీరు వినండి అంతే నేను ఇది మీకు పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను
Sorry, madam.
What did people advise the parents of Srikanth when he was born?
Everyone advised the parents
What was the goal of Srikanth? Why did Srikanth decide to study in MIT? Write the antonym of permit. Answer true or false. Srikanth missed a great chance because he could not take the joint entrance exam for IIT. False. See the fourth one. Yuvraj Singh is one of the most phenomenal cricketers who have redefined winning over struggle. Since the year 2000, this Punjab boy has been the reason for many victories of India. His personal life and his struggle with the dreaded disease cancer is an inspiration for all of us. He is also one of the players who is honored with Arjuna Award and has been declared Man of the tournament in the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup. Yuvraj Singh made a comeback to the Indian national cricket team ODI squad after a long period earlier this year and fared average. The cricketer, also known for his entrepreneurial initiatives and his charity work, says cricket will always be a priority in his life, but he also tries to inspire young people with his story. He made India proud by hitting 6 sixes off an over in 2007 and was part of the Indian cricket team when they won World Cup in 2011. But the turning point came in his life when he battled cancer in 2012. Yuvraj found a new meaning to life after the hardship. Earlier on in my career, it was more about cricket, and now it is being more about inspiring people to come out of their adversity and create examples. Since my treatment, things have changed a lot more. What is the struggle that Yuvraj Singh won over? His struggle with the dreaded disease, cancer. Yuvraj was honored with which award? Arjuna Award. What is the best feat by Yuvraj in his cricket career? He made India proud by hitting 6 sixes off an over in 2007. Give a synonym of adversity: misfortune, difficulty, hardship, trouble. Find the word from the passage which means very remarkable or highly extraordinary. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. See, another passage. The Ministry of Human Resource Development, under its national mission on education through information and communication technology, has initiated the National Digital Library of India (NDL) India pilot project to develop a framework of virtual repository of learning resources with a single window search facility. Filtered and federated searching is employed to facilitate focused searching so that learners can find out the right resource with least effort and in minimum time. NDL India is designed to hold content of any language and provides interface support for leading Indian languages, currently Hindi and Bengali. It is being arranged to provide support for all academic levels, including researchers and lifelong learners, all disciplines, all popular form of access devices, and differently abled learners. It is being developed to help students to prepare for entrance and competitive examination, to enable people to learn and prepare from best practices from all over the world, and to facilitate researchers to perform interlinked exploration from multiple sources. The pilot project is devising a framework that is being scaled up with respect to content volume and diversity to serve all levels and disciplines of learners. It is being developed at IIT Kharagpur. Source source is also given here. What is the passage about? The passage is about pilot project of National Digital Library of India. NDI means National Digital Library. Which language does NDI support currently? Hindi and Bengali. Find a word from the passage that means search, exploration. Who has developed the pilot project of the NDI? IIT Kharagpur. Okay, children, listen to me attentively. The printing is not visible here. Actually, look into your textbooks, page number 31. The second passage is given in page number 31 of your textbooks. Listen to me attentively while I am reading aloud to you. In a country with more than 6,50,000 villages, more than half of its population live in rural areas and villages. Most are remote and too isolated to benefit from the country's impressive economic progress. And there is a growing desire among people in rural India to be part of the modern digital India. But the last mile delivery has always been a challenge for India due to low technology literacy among the rural citizens. The need for digital literacy in a country as populous and diverse as India is critical. If it is used for education, healthcare, citizen services, financial services, or any other basic need, technology and connectivity, it can make a huge difference to the socio-economic levels of a community, and ultimately to the country, since true progress comes from exclusive growth. Digital literacy plays a vital role in e-services like e-commerce, e-governance, e-panchayat, e-learning, etc. In the current scenario, technology is becoming an inevitable part of our daily life, be it using mobile phones, drawing cash from ATM machines, booking a railway ticket, etc. Hence, there is a need that every individual in the country must be equipped with necessary skills so as to use the technology with responsibility. The definition of who is considered a literate or educated has evolved over time, and it is not complete without digital literacy. Digital literacy, according to the popular definition, is the ability to locate, organize, understand, evaluate, and create information using digital technology. Source financialexpress.com. See the questions. See, listen to me carefully, attentively. What is meant by digital literacy? Give any two examples of e-services. Which one of the following is not true? A. More than half of India's population lives in cities. B. More than half of India's population lives in rural areas and villages. C. Most of the Indian villages are remote and isolated. What is the noun form of the word inevitable? Find a phrase in the passage that means the same as the word countryside. Okay. And C, read the following passages. I am seldom considered, though I do more to influence everything about you than virtually any one thing in your life. I often control the time you get up in the morning, the time you go to sleep, what you eat and drink, and the very thought that runs through your head. I can make you happy or sad, loving or hateful, cheerful or remorseful, congenial or spiteful, and in doing so, control the very capacity that you have for success. Often at times, unable to find anyone else to blame you, look for shortcomings within yourself on which to lay the blame. When my impact on your life fully is considered in your every thought and action, when you are mindful of my awesome power, when you nurture and groom me for positive use in your life, I can become more contagious than the most prolific disease ever witnessed by man. My influence will spread to every person you come in contact with. Groomed and nurtured in a positive manner, there will be no person or obstacle that can stand in the way of my success or fail to be impacted for the better. I am your attitude. Here the passage is about our attitude, everyone's attitude. Okay? See the questions. Once again, I am reading it aloud to you. Listen to me attentively. I am seldom considered, though I do more to influence everything about you than virtually any one thing in your life. I often control the time you get up in the morning, the time you go to sleep, what you eat and drink, and very thought that runs through your head. I can make you happy or sad, loving or hateful, cheerful or remorseful, congenial or spiteful, and in doing so, control the very capacity that you have for success. Often at times, unable to find anyone else to blame, you look for shortcomings within yourself or which to lay the blame. When my impact on your life fully is considered in your every thought and action, when you are mindful of my awesome power, when you nurture and groom me for positive use in your life, I can become more contagious than the most prolific disease ever witnessed by man. My influence will spread to every person you come in contact with, groomed and nurtured in a positive manner. There will be no person or obstacle that can stand in the way my success or fail to be impacted for the better. I am your attitude. See the questions. This is the passes given at the end of the lesson. What makes nation? See? First question. I refer to whom?
Attitude.
What do you seek when you fail to blame anyone? Write the antonym of the word cheerful. Find the word in the passage which means infectious. The tone of the passage is laudatory or positive appreciation, nostalgic, satirical. Okay. Children, look into the other passages. The passage given at the end of your lesson. What makes a nation? The fifth lesson. This is the 8th passage I am going to read aloud to you. Whenever I hold a strategic planning session, the first value that all the executives agree on is integrity. Leaders know that honesty and integrity are the foundations of leadership. Leaders stand up for what they believe in. For example, John Huntsman is a multi-billionaire who started a chemical company from scratch and grew it into a $12 billion enterprise. His book, Winners Never Cheat, is filled with stories taken from his own experience, in which he steadfastly refused to compromise his principles. Huntsman says that integrity is the reason that he has been as successful as he is. There are basically 3 kinds of people: the unsuccessful, the temporarily successful, and those who become and remain successful. The difference is character, he writes. Leaders with integrity are not afraid to face the truth. This is called the reality principle, or seeing the world as it is, as it really is, not as you wish it to be. It is perhaps the most important principle of leadership and dependent on integrity because it demands truthfulness and honesty. See the questions. What are the foundations of leadership?
Honesty and integrity.
What is the title of the book written by John Huntsman?
Inner smart.
Name the 3 kinds of people mentioned in the passage.
Successful.
Write the adjective form of the word truth. True. The author emphasizes the importance of dash. A, honesty and integrity. B, success. C, leadership. Okay, children, let us close it. As far as the topic, unseen comprehension passages. Actually, these are seen comprehension passages as they are given from your textbook only. 8 passages we have completed, and let us turn to another clipping and close it by the evening of this. Let us complete it today itself. Okay. Post చేసేద్దాం.